motor vehicles. Mr. If you're here, Cecil.
It's a license you
Yeah.
already approved, and
Yeah.
they said his name has to be on there with the name of the dealership.
Yeah, we have an email from him stating that, as mentioned during our conversation, the Mass Registry will not renew my dealer's registration unless my name is now on the license. They attach a document that they sent to him. So he wants to change the name to John Casisio Platinum Auto Sales. It has to have an individual name based on Mass DOT application. So, any questions? And I would entertain a motion to change the Class 2 license for Platinum Auto Sales 145 Rear, West Main Street, Norton, Mass. to John Casisio Platinum Auto Sales 145R, West Main Street, Norton, Mass. 02766.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Thank you. Announcements. So,
Mr. Chairman, I have an announcement for join us for Community Pancake Breakfast. The date will be Saturday, March 3rd, 2018, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The Emerson Dining Room. Parking available in Lot 1, adjacent to the Elizabeth Amen Nursery School. Greetings, friends and neighbors. I'm extending this invitation to all friends and neighbors of Wheaton to join us for pancake breakfast. This will be a great opportunity for you to connect with your neighbors and enjoy some time on our beautiful campus. In addition to this wonderful breakfast, the program will include live performances by our talented students. Hope you are able to join us. Signed, Dennis Hino, President. And again, that's Saturday, March 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Emerson Dining Hall. That's all I have.
Mr. Steele? I have a couple. I think I got them right. We have a Snowflake Social being held on March 2nd, 2018 at the Norton Middle School from 6 to 8 p.m. And we also have at the LG Nursery, we have on March 3rd, we have at 10 a.m. we have the Winter Carnival being held down there at French. Okay, 7:05 to 7:06, we have Chief Schweiker coming in to introduction to Samuel R. Nelson, permanent full-time firefighter / paramedic in North Cliff Fire Department. Chief, clock's ticking.
Reputation precedes me, huh? Thank you, Board, for allowing us a few minutes. Unfortunately, I was unable to come a couple of weeks ago when you actually did the official appointment, but in talking with the town manager, we wanted to make sure you did get a chance to meet our newest hire, and he comes in a little different than some of our previous hires in that he's fully trained and fully certified. So I believe in karma. In this past July, we had one of our newer hires that had been fully through the process for very good personal reasons transfer out to the Westfield Fire Department. So it takes both chiefs to allow that to happen so that people don't keep bailing and coming from one department to the other, and it takes a very solid reason for it to happen. But we did allow that to happen, and it was a loss for us. And I believe in karma because about a month and a half, 2 months ago, Sam had reached out to me to see if we were looking for any new hires. And again, so it was perfect to have somebody who's got, what do you got, 13 years in?
Yes, yeah, it was 2 call and 11 full-time.
So he's got a lot of good experiences underneath his belt. And I just figured one of the things before I let him speak about himself with the clock ticking here, I'm just going to read what he put on his resume as his professional summary because I couldn't sum it up any better. Enthusiastic, detail-oriented, driven and experienced firefighter, paramedic, and instructor who has a proven track record for being prepared for the job and being passionate for assisting both the people he serves in the community and co-workers. Takes pleasure in charitable fundraising and enjoys being an active member of the community at a personal and professional level. And again, I've been following Sam on Facebook for a while, and it absolutely does ring true in what he's doing. So with that, I would love to turn the podium over to Sam, and maybe he can bring his little boy up here
sure.
as well. It's the love of his life. Brittany?
The future firefighter, huh?
Yeah.
How are you? I'm Sam, so I'm going to be talking about myself, so it's going to be a while. I hope everybody's comfortable. I'm just kidding. So,
You a big challenge. I'll be.
I'm the new hire. I was on Plainville for 11 years, like the chief said, and called for 2 for a total of 13 years. So I've been a paramedic for 10. I was an EMT for a couple years prior to that. Yeah, I also instruct. I'm a ACLS instructor, also a CPR instructor. I did a lot of things prior to that, advanced medical life support instructor, pediatric advanced life support instructor. I did a lot. It was a lot to kind of keep going with all those different things, doing what I do. So a couple of them dropped, but I still do ACLS and CPR, and I'm looking to do more with the Norton Fire Department. I mean, there's pretty well. I'm also on Mass DOT as a project manager for the aeronautics department. I'm a secret nerd. So I do a lot of that. This new schedule and this new job is going to help out with that schedule also. I'm a professional and licensed drone pilot, so that's what I do for DOT, risk assessment, volumetric calculations, and things like that. So there's a lot to it. But I'm happy to be here, and if anybody has any questions for me, I'd be happy to entertain some of them.
I think the guys in the back of the room might have a few questions.
That's why I said some. I'll meet them on a personal level.
I want to we appreciate the fact that you know so much, and you'll be a great addition to the department. I'm very proud of these guys back there and what they do for us, and you'll just be another additional person to make it right.
Yeah, no, I've been by a couple times, and they've been nothing but professional and helpful. So it's been good. I'm looking forward to getting on and getting started here.
What's the name of your son's name?
Braden, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hey, Braden. How are you?
What's your full name?
Braden George Nelson.
All right.
It's very professional. We went over this for weeks, so this wasn't just off the cusp.
Comments or questions?
So,
Well, thanks so much for joining.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the hire. I appreciate it. Thank you well by all of you.
Come on, Brandon.
Thank you very much.
Come on, Brandon. Come on. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Nelson, Chairman Braden, welcome to the
Yeah, but he knows you already.
Welcome to Norton.
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Mr. Chairman, we
Yes.
will have to, within the next month or so, try to schedule a,
Swearing in for some of the existing
Yeah.
firefighters that I've been lax on, so we want to get them caught up and stuff. So we'll have that meeting, probably 4 or 5, including Sam.
You think the
So
library would be big enough, or should we go to somewhere else?
I think the library would work, we can get their community room, so.
Okay.
All right, so we'll try to schedule that together and work that out with Ms. Stevens, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Anything on the old business? Not really, huh? Is she here?
Yes, she's hiding up back. I didn't think she was here either.
I didn't see her back there. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, you don't mind if we bring in 5 minutes earlier, right, Andrea?
No, no.
Okay. We have Andrea Downey, the Executive Director of the Norton Housing Authority, to vote to approve and sign agreement by and between the Town of Norton and STG Consultant Services, LLC, Amendment Number 1, Amendment Number 2, for professional services relating to the implementation and administration of the program to assist the town in timely achievement of the fiscal year 2013 Cdbg-DR program.
Yeah.
What is?
So the town of Norton has hired for this project a consultant to handle the whole CDBG and all. We're actually being audited late April from HUD, which I guess is a real treat because typically we get it from DHCD, but HUD's coming out, and that's what their job is to keep the books. Like even just putting in the application, somebody from DHCD had to come down and help me do that. It's not user friendly. It's definitely a science of its own. So this job was supposed to be finished in June of last year, of 2017, and so the first amendment was to bring us to December 30th, and the second amendment is bringing us to May 30th. So, and that's where
This is already in the process.
yeah. Where their contract for this consulting firm, she's a great gal, Sharon Travers, and she's done a terrific job for us. She's really kept everything pretty up to date. I'm feeling very confident about the audit.
So the program itself, exactly what is that?
So the CDBG program, I have a handout. I don't know if you guys are interested in what's going on. It's almost finished. The job's
Just curious
almost.
about what's it for?
So the project was for a disaster back, Hurricane Irene, impact our area, impact our site with erosion. So they came in with some money, and I think we were just in the right place at the right time because a lot of the jobs had been done already, so they didn't have anywhere to funnel these funds, and they actually, we made a decent-sized project from the erosion that storm increased on our site. But we have driveways, we have concrete walkways being redone, all new paving in the parking lots, the roadways. Water line was replaced through this project. Actually, the water line was DHCD's income, but they did it in conjunction with this project.
Right now?
Yep. So we had an asbestos concrete line pipe, and now we have a ductile iron pipe, which is an improvement. The sewer connections to all the buildings have already been done, so we're literally ready for the hopeful sewer main to come down Main Street. The drainage and rain gardens are in erosion control. Everything but the rain gardens are done. Today, they finished that main drain right across the front of the roadway. That's been our worst drainage area. So that's all but done. We have a little bit more in the paving to do. We have to do our finish coat and the gardens and put the site back in order because it looks like a
This will look nice.
disaster
Totally
down there.
different.
Yeah.
You know,
When they put the
mosquito-infested
Yeah.
breeding areas
Yeah.
that we lived with for the last 40 years.
Yep.
Are better.
Yep. We really have high hopes. The drainage areas look fantastic, so I hope once they get the loom put in and the seeding done, and it looks nice too, so.
Be great with the project done too, because you'll have, especially the storage, because you'll have that area out front now available to you again, which, you know, I'm sure you can come up with some uses for that.
Yeah, they're already talking about future development for that. We not only need family sites, family units, we need elderly too. Our wait list is too long.
Any questions?
But I'd like to have you sign these if you've had a chance to take a look at them. They're pretty standard, but the entire board will need to sign them, so I'm sure we'll just leave them. I don't know how often. You meet every week, right?
Yeah, we only need the 3 signatures. We're
Okay, so everyone's here. Okay, good.
So,
I have 3 fresh copies if you need them.
we can do that now. Issue sign-off sheets because of the time of the...
Big note, give it to mine.
You still have one vacancy over there?
Just one? We have.
No, as far as the board itself?
Oh, yes.
So what's the criteria for...
The criteria for the board member, they have to be a member of this town. They have to live in this town.
How often do you meet?
We meet one time a month at 4:30 on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. The meetings usually run an hour. Bob won't allow me to.
Yep. Not last night.
They typically run an hour, but sometimes there's some pretty good entertainment, and
Sometimes the director gets carried away with line items.
Don't you have another project going?
yeah, we have a HILAP project coming, which I'm really excited about. So this CDBG project allowed the Housing Authority to 3 times. So CDBG gave us $671,000, so we multiplied that by 3, and we were able to leverage that money to earn $2.1 million to do. We're going to be doing a lot of renovation down there. Roofs, all the roofs will be finished. The windows will be finished. Hopefully, the Bristol County Sheriff's Department will get our painting finished. We're going to be doing a lot of ADA improvements to the. We have 4 units now, so they're going to get some improvements, which they've needed, and we're going to add 3 ADA units down there. And the community room will get some improvements too in the kitchen, because we're not. They can. A wheelchair can drive through it, but they can't turn, so we're going to have an ADA accessible kitchen, which the community room's getting a lot of use there.
Very good. And the sewer line, I don't know what's the status of that. That's still in the works.
So Weston and Sampson and the water department and DHCD are trying to get together on a conference call. So Weston and Sampson and DHCD have been passing emails back and forth with information on the easement site. I think they moved it a little bit today because I don't know if you saw any of the plans that in the board packet, but there were plans in the board packet, and our road comes in, and they're trying to plan for future development to bring the road, if you can imagine, closer to Aura Andrews. So they want to bring it, kind of sweep it nicely around. So they were just trying to get the building and the driveway to be a little bit further east. So they're working that out in the easement, and hopefully they can come to some agreement and move forward. Be great to have that.
Yeah. Any questions? Chair, entertain a motion to sign the agreement by and between the Town of Norton, ST Services LLC, Amendment Number 1 and Amendment Number 2, for professional services related to the implementation and administration of the program to assist the town in the timely achievement of the fiscal year 2013 Cdbg-DR program.
Second.
Why don't you read it next time? Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. You all set?
Yep. I'm just going to leave these with you because James needs to sign them too. So
Okay.
Just,
put them on your desk.
Michelle, on your way out.
Give them to Michelle. Sure. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Chair. Okay, Town Manager's report.
Okay, we received a letter from MassDOT, the Highway Division, and it's referencing a median cable guardrail installation on Interstate 495. And this is just to notify us that MassDOT's Project Review Committee has approved a project involving a median cable guardrail installation and safety within the town of Norton. It's been assigned a project number by MassDOT, and they'll begin the project development process now. They just wanted to emphasize that there's no time frame for advertisement of construction bids for this project, and it's contingent upon the duration of the project, the development process, and the availability of funding. But they at least have moved this forward. This has been a big concern of ours, and we've made many calls to MassDOT and sent letters, and our state reps and senator have been helpful on this due to the amount of head-on collisions we've had in this area and the resources of our public safety department going out there, and just the stress on the men when they go out there and those horrific accidents. And don't know why it keeps happening in that area, but it does. So they've agreed to put that cable down the median. So hopefully that'll help, and hopefully that'll get funding and move forward.
This is the cable that's connected, you've probably seen them in other areas. 140 and has a 140 where you get this rolling green area, wide open, no trees, nothing. What they do is they put steel posts down, and they run a cable through it. So if somebody comes from either side of the highway, it stops them. Stop them before they cross over and hit someone on the other side. So, a long time coming. It's been a lot of dangerous accidents out on 495, and it's time as they do something. So,
And just wanted to alert everyone that as of Tuesday, the public purified water dispenser next to the town hall is operational. So if anyone has an issue at any particular time with their water due to flushing or a fire in their area, and their water's rusty and they need clean water, they can come down. This water is filtered. A lot of people may have a need for it at some point, but hopefully they never do, but it's here if necessary.
they use an ultraviolet system on it also, so they run it through the filters, and then they send it to an ultraviolet light to purify the water. And it comes out, this water, it's pure, clear water, is all it is.
Tastes good too.
Yeah, it tastes good. There's no taste to it. It's water. But it's going to cost the town about $11,000 a year to do this. The water department's paying for it. But at least it's a Band-Aid solution to the problem until we can figure out how to fix it. And what's really good about it is we're actually the first town to try to do something like this. And you can come down with your 5-gallon buckets or 1 gallon, and you can fill 2 at a time. It's higher water capacity comes out of it, and it'll fill 2 at the same time. You control it, you turn it on, there's an on and off button, how much water you want to put into them. So say you had a 5-gallon container and you really don't want to fill it up, but you can't pick it up, you could do it halfway and still be able to, use it. So, long time coming. It is out here. It's right by the food pantry. It's available 24 hours a day. Well-lit area, so we would encourage anyone that does need to have the clean water, especially in the case of children and babies. And, that seems to be the biggest complaint we've had. You now have the availability to have clean water available to you at no cost, by the way.
I've completed 2 RFQs, one for a feasibility study for a senior center and one for a feasibility study for a town hall, and those have been sent to the building committee to get their input. And so hopefully we'll have those out the beginning of March and have those back so we have an estimate before the May town meeting on those 2. The National Weather Service officers should be open by the end of this month or the beginning of beginning of March, excuse me. So I'll get back to you. I haven't got an exact date yet. The Elm Island project is moving along, but they don't expect to be finished until mid to late 2019. So still, I'm going to go there and take a tour of that tomorrow, see where they're at. But it is moving along.
Anything else?
They've actually sent a letter to the state alerting them to the fact that the project is still ongoing. That's it.
Everyone had a chance to look at that. That's a massive building going on up there.
There is, it's like Fort Knox though, you can't get past the driveway unless you get permission, get escorted in there. Really tight security, which is kind of good. That's what I don't blame them.
Anything in the selectmen's report, Mail? So, Mr. Steele? Let's see. Southeastern Regional School District is holding their, school committee is holding their deliberations for the fiscal year 2018 budget. The meeting will be held at the Ralph Elmstead Conference Room in the District Office Building on February 27th at 6:30 p.m. It's the public hearing on the fiscal year 19 budget, which brings us to another thing. I don't believe we have a representative. So if anyone's interested, we do need a school representative to the Southeastern Regional District. If anyone's interested, just send a letter of interest here to the town hall, and we'll let you fill you in on how to do it. Very important position, and it would be nice if we could refill that position as soon as we can. We have minutes to approve.
Flaherty's not here when he could be.
Yeah, I know. December 14, 2017, and February 8, 2018. Has everyone had a chance to read those over? So, Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of February 14, 2017, and February 8, 2018 as written. Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Okay. At 7:30, we have a request of Daniel Doyle Jr. to be appointed to the Norton Conservation Commission. Are you back there, Mr. Doyle? You want to come on up? I'll read his letter. He said, I recently bought a house and moved to the town of Norton. I want to get involved in the community by volunteering my time and efforts to the Norton Conservation Commission. I've been an asset to the Conservation Commission because I'm passionate about land, wildlife, and historical sites. Graduated from Plymouth State University, where I work for the love of the outdoors and wildlife and all that has to offer. Since graduating, I work in the traffic construction safety industry and see the effects that construction can have on wetlands and other natural wildlife areas if people are not careful and do not take proper precautions. Although my background is not environmental science and conservation, I've taken classes in the subject area and have a desire to learn more and be engaged. I think my education in business and management and professional sales will have numerous applications on the commission. Please consider my request. So you just moved to town?
Yes, I did. Right off of Reservoir Road.
How long you been here?
A month?
Oh. Well, you're not wasting any time, are you?
No, want to get involved.
Anything else you want to add to your letter?
Not really, other than I just want to conserve the land, and I've had an appreciation for the outdoors, and I think Norton's also it's well conserved. There's a lot of wooded areas and wetland areas that have been kept really well.
Yeah, Plymouth State's up there in the boonies anyway, so that's...
Oh yeah,
Another word
White
we're used
Mountains.
to anyway. Anyone have any questions? What positions we have open? Mr. Wynn?
Surprisingly, only one. We have plenty on the zoning board, planning.
Want to turn up for another board?
Just mention, maybe we can point them to a couple more. Okay, if no one else has any other questions, first of all, I'd like to thank you for volunteering. We can always use volunteers, so
Welcome.
really appreciate your stepping up to plate. And, we're being so new to town, and we absolutely do appreciate that.
Yep.
That's the way to go in, so we appreciate it. Chair, entertain a motion to appoint Daniel Doyle Jr. to be appointed to the Norton Conservation Commission.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Have any questions, anything we can do to help, we're here to help you too. So
Okay, thank you,
Good luck.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be in touch. Okay, report of Robert W. Kimball Jr. on the following payroll and invoice warrants. Make a motion to approve the bi-weekly payroll warrant PR 17. The period ended February 10, 2018, dated February 15, 2018. The amount of $1,271,795.83.
Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Chair, entertain a motion to approve invoice warrant AP 33 dated February 15, 2018, in the amount of $255,457.44.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. And approve the invoice warrant AP 34 dated February 22nd, 2018, in the amount of $554,190.72.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. One final comment. In light of what's happened in Florida recently in the schools, which is always on our mind, take a moment to give our condolences to towns, recent towns that have had the tragedy. And I know a lot of people are concerned about improvements to their property, and I mean, as far as the protection of the schools and all that. And I want to assure everyone out there that the police department, Chief Clark and his team are working vigorously to come up with a plan on, they already have a lot of plans in place. Most people have to understand they've been doing a lot of training and preparation for any kind of, hopefully they'll never have to use it, but they are being trained for it. And I think it's important for everyone to understand that they are, even tonight, before I came here, I had a conversation with a couple of officers down there, and they're still brainstorming on other ways that they're going to do things to make sure that their presence is there, and people know that there's always a police officer in the area. So they're definitely working on coming up with some additional ideas on how to keep an eye on these schools and keep our kids safe. One thing I've been working on, now that I have a bit more time in my semi-retirement, I'm working on another egress into school property off West Main Street. We sent letters to abutters letting them know of our intention. It was a courtesy. Mostly it wasn't designed to notify them other than to let them know that going to be putting in another egress on the property. It's further down West Main. There's a gate on the property now. It's just before it bants down on the left. And we own the land. We've owned it for a long time. So we're going to work with the school department. I've already started working with the school department. We have some surveyors out there. And as soon as we can, early spring, we're going to put another paved entranceway to the high school and the yellow school. So we have two ways in and out of that. So that'll be in the works between now. Hopefully we'll have that done by early spring. Take care of that. I have nothing else. Anyone else? Anything else to help me through the board? Next meeting will be on March 8th, 2018. And if anyone has anything they need to add to that, feel free to let the town manager know. I did talk to Senator Feeney. We met at the water machine outside the other day, and invited him in too. If he has a chance, maybe between next meeting and the meeting after, to talk about a few things on his mind too. So, Chair, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.